Hello everyone, my name is Jennifer Johnson. I am a branch manager with the Carteret County Public Library System. In this program, you will get to experience chair yoga. I am not a licensed yoga instructor, but I am a licensed librarian, not that that will help. But anyway, I do hope to provide some stress relief to your day or even just provide a little bit of movement. So here we go. Before we begin the program, I want you to take a minute to figure out what number you are, meaning on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best, where do you fit in that scale today? So just take a minute to sort of figure out where you are on that scale. And just take a couple minutes. Okay, now that we have our number in our head, I want you to try to remember that so after the program, you can see if that number increased or decreased. I hope it increased. That's definitely my intent for today. Okay, if you can, I want you to kind of sit forward on the very edge of your seat. I'm gonna roll back a little bit. As you can see, I'm sitting on the edge of my chair and I'm sitting up nice and straight. One thing you can think about is kind of almost like a string pulling you up so that you feel you have really good posture while you're sitting down. The next thing that you want to do is provide some space between you and the chair. Now, if you feel uncomfortable at any time, you don't have to do that. You can keep your back on the chair. But if you can, put your feet on the floor, move to the edge of your chair and sit up nice and straight. The first thing that we're going to do is to take a couple of deep breaths. We're going to do 5 of them. We're going to do in through our nose and out through our mouth. So let's begin. And if you need to close your eyes while you're doing this, you can. We're on 3. 4. And 5. If you get lightheaded at all during that, you can slow down or even just even pause the video, but take your time. If you feel an uncomfortable sensation at all during this video, please pause, or if you're hurting in any way, please stop the movement. Now that we've done our deep breathing, we're going to move on to head rolls or neck rolls. I'm going to take my glasses off for this part. And excuse my hair, it's probably going to get in my face, but I'll fix it. So we're going to start off by rolling to your right. So you just gently, you can close your eyes if you want to. You just gently take your head and you go over to the side. And then forward. Side. I know this looks a little funny. Roll to the back, excuse my nostrils, and to the side. Forward. Side. Back. And now we're going to try one fluid motion, starting on the side that you started on. So we're just gonna start rolling our neck. One continuous motion. And you can do this as slow or as quick as you, well, I recommend slow and steady. Now we're gonna do the other side. We're gonna go to the side, front, side, back, side, side, back. And now we're going to roll the other way, one continuous motion. And one more time. And that's just sort of release your neck a little bit. Another thing you can do to release your neck is you can take your neck or your head or one visual I like to do is your ear to your shoulder. So you're not going to do this, but rather take your ear to your shoulder, just like that. And if you want a little extra stretch, you can take this is your left hand, and you're gonna place it kind of like right there and just put a little pressure. And again, this is where our breath comes back into play a little bit with our deep breathing. You should feel like a gentle pull right there. Gently release. And then we can do the other side. So this ear to this shoulder. This is on the right hand side. And we're going to take our right hand and put it on top of our head. Add a little bit of pressure. Put some breath into that area. Just feel a nice release right there. Again, we're being gentle with ourselves and not too rough. So that will also help loosen up our neck. Another thing that we can do to help our shoulders release, and I can put my glasses back on for this, is we're gonna do this movement, I like to call it a shrug. So it's really just I know it looks a little awkward, but it really does a nice job releasing some tension out of the shoulders. So we're just gonna shrug up and then out. Just let it go. Shrug up and out. You can incorporate some breath, that might help as well. One more time, we're gonna do up and down. Just let it go. So we've got our top half feeling a little bit better than it did, I hope. Okay, now to loosen up our spine, we're going to be doing something called a cat-cow. When I say cat, you're going to almost make sort of like a scaredy cat posture, almost like when a cat gets scared. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have a little bit of space between you and your chair, or another great visual is having your belly button being sucked to the back of your chair. So you're gonna make a cat, and then cow is you're gonna go the opposite way, almost like your belly button's being pulled outward. So you're gonna make almost like a C position with your body. I don't know if you can see that because my spine is actually really straight up and down. It doesn't have a natural curve. Another great visual you can think of is you have a magnet on the back of your head and you have a magnet on your tailbone, and you're trying to connect those two magnets. So that is what we're going to be doing in cat-cow. We're going to also remember to use our breath. So cat, cow, cat, cow. I got mixed up in my breath there. Cat, exhale. Cow. One more time. Cat, cow. Alright, so our spine should be feeling a little bit more loose than it was. The reason why you want to inhale when you do cow is it protects your spine. The last movement of chair yoga for this series is we're going to try to relieve our hip area. So how you can do that is by taking your right leg, placing it on top of your left knee, or almost like you're crossing your legs. And I don't know about you, but I feel that stretch already. You should feel it right where your hip and leg meet. And if you need a little bit more stretch, you can actually take your torso and move forward. You can do like a bend. And I actually felt a little bit doing that. So let's just sort of hold this pose for about 5 counts. So 1, 2, and remember to breathe, 3, 4, and 5. You can place that foot back down on the ground. Everything in yoga is all about balance, so let's make sure we do the other side. So we're going to place our left leg on top of our right knee. And again, you can hold that position, but if you want a little bit more, you can move forward by bending your torso from your hip area. And we're going to hold that for another 5 counts, so remember to breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, with every single movement in this series, you are more than welcome to pause the video and hold it for longer. This is really just for time's sake. And that's the end of the program. Take a minute to figure out your number. Hopefully it was higher. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to join me for chair yoga. I do hope I helped a little bit. See you next time. Thank you for watching.